Welcome to Beyond the Exhibit, where we aim to establish a new vision for the zoo, shifting it from a space of exhibition to one of education and conservation. To guide this transformation, we'll answer two key questions. How can we change the visitor's perspective on zoo practices, transforming exhibition into a space of education and conservation? And how do we combine education and conservation of the natural environment? The design will be built upon three key pillars: habitat creation, a closed-loop water system, and interaction. These pillars are informed by concepts derived from our group presentations: green corridors, rehabilitation zones, and permeability of boundaries, which break the physical and conceptual barriers between biodiversity and visitors. By creating spaces that allow visitors to experience nature on a smaller, more personal level, we enable them to reflect on the role of conservation. This includes protecting existing biodiversity, reintroducing native species, using permeable pavement, and repurposing empty enclosures. The design is aimed at fostering introspection and deepening the connection between visitors and the natural environment. Starting with habitat creation, which will enhance biodiversity. The first habitat focuses on water-wise flora, with plants like aloe, backbone, and wild grasses that require minimal water and attract a variety of fauna, such as leopard tortoises, hummingbirds, and elephant shrews. These habitats provide a water-wise and biodiverse environment. Possibilities of these types of habitats include a variety of shrubs, grasses, trees, flowers, and more. The second habitat is a wetland system, featuring native wetland plants such as Quinonia capensis and cord grasses. These plants attract species like dragonflies and amphibians. I'll present these habitats in controlled environments such as canals and floating platforms as indicated in these examples, showcasing this in a closed-loop water system, which emphasizes water conservation efforts. In collaboration with experts, we'll create a wetland within the existing channel in order to filtrate water for later use. Water runoff will be collected, filtered, and stored for later use in the elephant rondables, ensuring feasible water use and raising awareness about conservation. Interaction with the natural environment is key. In collaboration with experts, we'll create a wetland within the existing channel in order to filtrate water for later use. Water runoff will be collected, filtered, and stored for later use in the elephant rondables, ensuring feasible water use and raising awareness about conservation. Interaction with the natural environment is key. Visitors will be guided through spaces created by habitats of the fauna. A maze will create a confined experience reflecting the limited space many animals used to face. The design encourages both education and entertainment with multiple ways of navigating the maze. A series of stainless steel reflective sculptures will provoke thought, placing visitors as the exhibit rather than the animals. This space fosters introspection and encourages visitors to consider the impact of their role in conservation. Concrete platforms will be placed for community engagement, allowing local artists to interpret the project's theme of conservation. These spaces will offer visitors a variety of perspectives on conservation and the zoo's history. Strategic connections will link the new wetland with the elephant enclosure. Timber bridges matching the existing and rope hammocks will offer visitors a chance to relax and observe the fauna and flora without disturbing the natural habitats. Projects like the distorting mirrors in Santiago inspires the creation of spaces designed to foster reflection and daydreaming, providing visitors with sanctuary that offers peaceful escape from the stresses of urban life. These mirrors distort the surroundings environment, encouraging a shift in perspective and inviting people to connect with their surroundings on a deeper, more contemplative level. Similarly, Freedom Park in South Africa uses thoughtful design to educate visitors about the nation's journey to freedom. Throughout its emotional and introspective spaces, it evokes a powerful sense of history, encouraging visitors to reflect on South Africa's struggle and triumphs. Both of these projects align with our goal of creating spaces that provoke introspection and promote a deeper understanding of the environment and the shared experiences of the past. Before applying these design interventions, we begin by analyzing the empty elephant enclosure and identifying high accumulating areas. From these, I mapped potential movement paths and open spaces that will support both visitors' flow and biodiversity. New movement paths will intersect at key areas across the site, creating opportunity for visitors to explore the zoo. The key intersection points are where the bridges and hammocks will be located. The paths will be highlighted with compacted soil to guide the movement. The open spaces identified will be divided into 6 zones, each with a unique focus on different water-wise plants, such as floral perennials, succulents and cacti, herbal shrubs, ground covers and grasses, trees, and a hybrid zone. The change in biodiversity highlights the zoo's journey towards achieving conservation by establishing gardens of indigenous flora to be preserved and protected. Within these habitat zones, exhibition spaces are framed, with the central sanctuary spaces allowing visitors to experience a calm, reflective environment surrounded by sculptures and natural elements, highlighting the journey from confinement to conservation. This approach answers how we combine education and conservation of the natural environment. In Zone 1, floral perennials are placed closest to the bird cages, as these species tend to attract birds and insects due to the nectar of their flowers. This zone includes species such as spires, silverbush, rosemary, and others. Mulch is spread between plants to help with water retention. Additionally, the reflective stainless steel sculptures are placed in this zone. As the floral perennials do not grow higher than 60 centimeters, it ensures that visitors' views of the sculptures are never disturbed. In Zone 2, cacti and succulents of varying sizes are planted, allowing them to grow freely without obstruction. This mirrors the undisturbed elements of fauna and flora we expect in the wild. Plants in this zone includes aloes, painted ladies, and desert roses. Zone 3 features shrub-like herbal plants such as honeybush, rooibos, backworm, and African blue basil. These plants are pruned into a maze, creating a highly manicured space with rigid forms and confined areas. This highlights the history of the zoo and the more structured environment that once existed. The compacted soil pathways make the maintenance to tame rigid forms of the plants manageable. Zone 4 is the smallest and features ground cover and grasses, including the cordra, bluegrasses, baby sunrose, and others. Mulch may be used to retain moisture, but these plants naturally spread and crawl across the area. These plants are intended to minimize obstruction to the exhibit. The zone is also integrated with the community exhibition platforms and additional sanctuary spaces. Zone 5 incorporates existing trees along with new foliage, including wild pear, Korea, olive, and high-felt cabbage trees. This zone is enriched with mulch and features signage opportunities as discussed in our large group presentation. Serving as a green island, it connects multiple green nodes across the site where permeable pavement introduces a link in these areas. Lastly, Zone 6 is a hybrid combination of the planting palettes from the previous 5 zones. It symbolizes the harmony between visitors and the natural environment. Enveloped in a water feature sculpture using the stored water from the wetland, this water feature represents the freedom that conservation efforts provide to both fauna and flora, as well as the humans interacting with these natural spaces. In conclusion, the design intervention creates a journey from confinement to conservation through spaces designed for introspection and education. As visitors move through the site, spaces for entertainment and sanctuary create an atmosphere of liberation. This process continues to answer the questions: how can we change the visitor's perspective on the zoo's practices, transforming exhibition into a space of education and conservation? And how do we combine education and conservation of the natural environment? Thank you.